Hey there, everyone. Today's game review is going to be for something that I was very iffy on grading because it's been out for a while. But it's a game that I picked up and I've been actually thoroughly impressed with. Alone in the Dark. Now, Alone in the Dark is actually from a very long series. There's a couple of actually games, maybe like 2 or 3 other games, and then a movie by U-Ball, which really sucked. Alone in the Dark is a survival horror game, and if you've ever played something like Resident Evil, you would like it. The story is about this man. We kind of figure out his name, Edward. Or Edmund. I think it was Edward. I don't really pay attention to the names very well. But he has no idea who he is. He knows nothing about his background, about what's going on. And as you play through the game, you start finding these cracks or fissures. They run along walls. They suck in people, and that they spit out are these possessed meat puppets that have cracks all over their body and will try to kill you. There are several interesting points of this game which make it unique. One, your inventory. Most games, such as Resident Evil, for example, have an inventory set up where you go in, you pick what you want. Some games, like Metal Gear, have a massive inventory that is completely unrealistic but fun as hell. Alone in the Dark uses an interesting system where your inventory is you. When he pulls open his coat, you see that there's a spot for a gun and a flashlight. These are 2 main items. You also get a lighter and later a lens, which will be very helpful to you. These items you never get rid of and you hold on to them. However, other items you will be picking up quite often, such as vodka bottles, bottles of gasoline in them, water bottles, mosquito sprays, first aid sprays, bandages, handkerchiefs. All this stuff you'll be able to mix into bombs and even fire bullets. By mixing all this stuff together, you are able to create powerful and unique weapons. My favorite is the double-sided tape Molotov cocktail, because on one hand you can just throw it, let it stick, and then shoot it, or you can throw it and light it, let it stick to someone, and you have pretty much a bomb. It was very interesting on how you can just combine everything. You can buy a mosquito spray and a lighter. You know, you burn someone's ass. It was very fun, very interesting. But let me say this: for a survival horror game, there's not a lot of horror involved. There was only one scene which really kind of threw me back and was shocking. The beginning of the game really pulls you in, but it slowly loses momentum. After a little car chase, it kind of slows down a bit. This is very typical of survival horror games if you really think about it. Resident Evil 2 is like that. You know, it picks up. You're in the middle of a zombie horde. You know, you're trying to escape, and then by the time you get to the police station, things start to calm down. But it gets creepy. This game didn't do that. It didn't get creepy enough for me. I mean, yeah, there's ripped up human bodies left and right, but still, I just didn't get a good creep factor. There was a few times where it was like, oh god, this is not going to end well. But yeah, it just didn't get on the real good creep factor. Graphically, the game was amazing. I have nothing bad to say about the graphics. The graphics are perfect 10 across the board. The characters were great. Theo was interesting. Edward was pretty much a perfectly done character. The woman Sarah was absolutely hysterical. Just everyone you meet along the way, good, bad, or in between, was awesome. Not too many complaints, except for the fact that it lacks a good horror quality to it. I thought it would be maybe a bit more gruesome. They don't really show any real bloody violence. Everything is really off-screen, and then you see corpses. But they don't really show someone being killed. In games like Resident Evil, they'll show someone being killed. Oh, one thing I almost forgot is fire. Fire is the kind of main tool. In case you didn't pick up yet, fire is the main weapon of this game. You cannot kill any enemy unless you use fire. Every enemy will have cracks on their body. That's your target. That's where you need to aim and shoot and kill. It's a very interesting idea. It's a cool concept. Just kind of it's just hard as shit to kill things sometimes. For a game called Alone in the Dark, I don't think they stressed light enough. In other games, your flashlight was a weapon. This game, it only works against a certain enemy, and that's this black ooze that crawls on the floor and will kill you. I think that they didn't put light as a major factor in this game, which they have before, and I thought they should have again. Overall, this game is an 8.5. It's just lack of survival horror quality. The ability to jump to the very last chapter of the game is kind of a drawback, because I like the idea of being able to earn my stripes. Now, I have played this game all the way through, and it's easy achievement points, but just the idea of being able to skip the entire game and then jump to a spot right off the bat. Now, I wouldn't mind it if, they broke the episodes down by after you beat the game. But no, they do it in the very beginning. So I could have skipped the entire game, not knowing anything or anyone what was going on, and I could have just started the game at the very end. Or I can skip a section if I'm having problems with it. It takes away from the game. To me, it does. An 8.5, I think, is a very worthy spot for it. Some people might disagree, but I think that it had a lot of interesting qualities to it, qualities that I'd like to see in future games. An 8.5 for Alone in the Dark, yeah, I think that's a pretty good score. Hopefully Resident Evil 5 will be more of the horror genre that I'm hoping for. I mean, there really hasn't been too much in the horror genre recently. I mean, I was hoping Vampire Rain would be good. That wasn't. Hopefully this one can really help kickstart the survival horror games. And if you know a good survival horror game for the 360 or even the PS3, let me know, because I'm desperately looking for something that will scare the shit out of me. Alright, so Alone in the Dark, 8.5. Scored higher than Mercenaries 2 did. Overall, decent game. And if you people have any suggestions, let me know. I don't plan on doing too many reviews until the 17th of September. If you're wondering why till the 17th, well, the Force is going to be unleashed on the 16th, and you can bet your ass you ain't going to see me that day. So around the 17th of September is when my Force Unleashed review is going to go up. So in the meantime, let me know of something good, and I will do what I can for you. Later.